In this video, we're gonna talk about one of the greatest tiki bars in the middle of the country.
Is it in the middle?
I don't know.
It's on the east though.
Kinda. Also, a surf guitar festival that our band played in Pittsburgh. Aloha and welcome back to Spike's Breezeway Cocktail Hour. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Haylee Holiday, one of the Hula Girls go-go dancers. My band. Well, our band.
Our band.
Cheers.
Cheers.
We're enjoying some daiquiris made with Hamilton White Stash. What do you think?
I like it.
Me too.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. So, this last weekend, we flew all the way to Pittsburgh. We visited not only one of the greatest tiki bars that I think exists, but also we headlined a music festival that our record label put on. It was called the Mai Tai Winter Holiday. You can see by the tiki mug here, it's like a little skiing dude skiing a giant wave. Pretty rad.
Super cool.
Yeah, the detail's incredible, right?
Yeah.
The owner of Hidden Harbor gave this to the Breezeway. So, I want to thank Adam for that. What did you think about Pittsburgh?
It was cold.
It was very cold.
It was cold. And not like LA cold, where you need a little light sweater. I think we all said when we walked out of the airport into like the open air, it literally took our breath away.
It did. It was shockingly cold.
I want to say it was like, what, like 19 degrees when we got there?
Which is weird, because it's almost like snow cold, but it's a different kind of cold. It's like colder than snow cold. So at the end of this video, we're gonna talk about Hidden Harbor, the positives, the negatives, and everything in between. But first, the Mai Tai Winter Holiday. We performed with which bands?
We performed with the Royal Pacifics and the Monocuras, and then we headlined as the Hula Girls.
Yes, because we're the Hula Girls.
Yeah.
Something that people may not know is that the Royal Pacifics are in fact the Black Flamingos. The Black Flamingos, of course, wrote the title song for all of the episodes of the Breezeway Cocktail Hour, Neon Boneyard.
Yep, it was great when they played it on stage. You should have seen Spike's face. He was like fangirling. It was really rad though. They killed it.
It was a very nice moment.
It was.
What did you think about the venue? Describe the venue for me.
You know, I was told the venue was, it used to be a church. So before I got there, I was like, okay, like this could be really cool. When you walk in, it was incredible. Like just the giant vaulted ceilings and like the amount of space up on our stage. You can kind of see where things were original versus kind of what they fixed up. It was just beautiful, absolutely beautiful.
Totally. And so the building is owned by a company called This Is Red. They're a design agency. They work with clients like Coke and Pepsi, maybe one or the other, probably not both, right?
I don't know which one. Don't ask me.
Ticketmaster. I don't know what their clients are. They serve as giant clients. So they bought this giant church. They have concerts there. I don't think that anybody could have possibly put on such a great event other than High Tide Recordings. I think they do such a great job
Seriously.
taking care of the artists, as well as offering things for a crowd who really appreciate the extra mile.
Yes, absolutely. They really did great with the decor. There were like big tikis in there. They had a little selfie station with like tinsel and it said High Tide Winter Holiday. I took a selfie, but I didn't post it.
Oh, you didn't?
Yeah,
Why
I
didn't you
did.
post it?
Yeah, I don't know. I had a couple. What do you call those? I can't think of the name right now. My favorite tiki drink. A painkiller.
Oh, no.
I had a couple of those and the pain was killed because it was freezing. Have y'all seen what we wear when we hula a go-go?
That's true.
Yeah.
And you're not much of a drinker, right?
I'm really not. I'm partial to drinks that have rum in them for obvious purposes. But I think that's why I like tiki drinks is because there's a lot of flavor to them.
So you essentially went on a vacation with a bunch of people who are pretty radically passionate about drinking.
Yes.
I think you held in there very well.
Thank you.
Okay, so let's go through the bands real quick. Describe to me the Royal Pacific Band.
Okay, the Royal Pacifics are a surf cover band. Everybody was really intrigued, gave them their full attention. Like, it was a great opening to the show.
For the first time of any time, I got to play a song that I recorded during pandemic with Vincent, the drummer. The song is called The Theme for the Murder Queen. It's the first time I've ever performed that live, and it was super fun.
People were like they were into it. It was super cool.
It's a very fuzzy sounding guitar that I got to play. I never get to play like super fuzz guitar. It was good times.
It was great.
Thank you. Describe for me the Monokuras band.
What do you call their music? I had like those big old drums, and it was just kind of like. I don't know what you call it.
Okay, explain to the world what the Monokuras sound like.
If I were to describe the music from the Monokuras, very surf exotica, and their technicality and their musicality was great. I really enjoy listening to them. Every song brings like something different.
Yeah, great band. Like one of my favorite surf exotica bands. I mean, there's probably like a handful of them, but they do an incredible job. And then the Hula Girls performed, and there is nothing better than us performing for like a big, enthusiastic crowd.
Absolutely.
The most fun thing, because we've done a lot of shows together, small bars, small venues,
Small restaurants.
yeah. So when we get the opportunity to perform for a bunch of people, yeah, it's pretty fun.
It is. And some of these people after the show told us that they drove 6 hours, 8 hours to come see us. And, you know, we're from the West Coast, so traveling to the east, not coast, to the east side in Pittsburgh and having people say they drove hours to come see us, I think was just a really cool moment.
Yeah, for sure. People from like Washington, D.C., New Jersey, our buddy George from New Jersey.
Yeah.
How long have you been dancing for the Hula Girls?
Well, this month, February, marks 7 years in total.
It's been a long time.
It has, but you know, I love being here. I'm excited to be here. I love traveling. I love learning more about the tiki world.
The next Hula Girls gig is going to be at the Hukilau in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Maybe the Mai Tai will be open at the time. Okay, so let's get down to business here. The reason people are watching is because they want to know about Hidden Harbor.
Yes.
How many tiki bars do you think you've been to?
Not as many as you.
Well,
I think I've been to a good handful. Let's maybe round up to 10. So
okay.
10.
We'll say 10.
We'll say 10. I don't know if that's a lie, but we'll say 10.
Right. You don't drink a ton. So, but when you go into a tiki bar, do you find yourself compelled to have like a cocktail?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Especially a place like Hidden Harbor, you know that it's going to be a special thing.
Yes, it's like a specialty bar. Like it's a destination location. You go there for that.
Destination location. It sounds like a go-go song. Destination
Vacation?
location. Oh, yeah.
Cheers.
Oh, all right. So we arrive at Hidden Harbor after performing. I was so excited to show you guys Hidden Harbor because I had been there before, and we missed the pre-party because we were stuck in Chicago.
Chicago.
At a horrifying
5-hour flight delay.
in like a food court.
Yeah.
They didn't have like a restaurant or a bar for us to hang out at. It was a food court. We had several beers there. She just kind of sat and was bored.
Yeah, it's okay though.
Yeah,
I had a book.
So we missed the pre-party that was happening at Hidden Harbor. So I was especially excited to show the girls, the rest of my band, Hidden Harbor. Like literally one of the best cocktail bars probably in America. Okay, so describe the building on the outside.
Well, the building on the outside, I don't think from the street you would stop and notice it's a tiki bar right away. They do have a really rad neon sign outside that says Hidden Harbor, but it's kind of under like a little shelf, so you really have to kind of like be looking for it. So you don't see too much on the outside, but then when you get inside, that's a different story.
Now, Hidden Harbor is not exactly decorated like this. It's not John the Beachcomber 1934, or maybe this is more 50s. Hidden Harbor is decorated in a very kind of modern tiki way, but they have some stuff that is very impressive. Like this gigantic tiki that Crazy Al carved.
That was really cool.
When I first started my day job, he posted photos that he was carving this giant tiki right by my work. And so I drove over there, and Crazy Al was carving this gigantic tiki that ended up in Pittsburgh.
Wow.
I know.
I wouldn't have no idea.
Now you do. So they have several big tikis carved by Crazy Al. I would say that their mug collection or their mug offering.
Amazing. I took so many pictures and videos of just the mugs that the drinks came in because they look so cool all together.
So what did you have when you went there?
I had a pineapple daiquiri.
Oh.
It looked very similar to this, but it was like a little more yellow. It was phenomenal.
Makes sense.
Pineapple's yellow.
Yeah, it is.
But it was phenomenal. It was really good. It wasn't too acidic. Like, it had just the right proportions of all the ingredients. Because obviously pineapples can be very acidic. Everything all together was so good.
Was that your only drink there?
It was, but everybody else had some drinks, and I kind of taste tested everybody else.
Yeah, you did. On the other hand, I had several cocktails there.
You did.
I had a rum barrel that was served in like a volcano-looking thing. Man, that rum barrel was... There's a lot of ingredients in a rum barrel. There's a lot of rum in a rum barrel. And we also got a rum barrel for our drummer, Doug, which Doug was already well on his way. So it's...
But that rum barrel, like... Did it in.
An incredible version of the rum barrel from Hidden Harbor. After that, oh no.
Can we talk about this next drink? Because I had a little tiny taste and I was wishing that I got a whole one. I don't know how many drinks after your rum barrel you had it, but can we talk about the Night Ripper?
That's the next drink that I had.
The Night Ripper.
It takes Haylee sitting here for me to be like, oh yeah, that's what I had. So the Mai Tai has a cocktail called the Black Magic, which is a coffee rum drink. And Hidden Harbor has their version of that called the Night Ripper. Rad mug.
Yeah, super rad mug.
What did you think about that drink?
Okay, so I read the description on the menu. And I noticed all the ingredients, and I was like, okay. And I think one of the ingredients they said was hints of coffee. And at first I was like, coffee in a tiki drink. I was like, I don't know.
You don't like coffee?
Not particularly.
We went to Starbucks in our hotel. Our hotel had a Starbucks. I was like, I'd like a black coffee, please. And she's like, I'd like a hot chocolate with some sugar.
Some people just don't care for coffee.
I was like, what are you doing?
Anyways.
Oh.
I like the taste and smell of coffee sometimes, but in a tiki drink, I wasn't too sure. So
Right.
I did not get one. And I let everybody else at the table get one. But Veronica was sitting next to me, and I was like, Veronica, gotta try that. She let me have a little taste, and oh my gosh, it was so good. And the thing about the coffee, when it said a hint of coffee, is they weren't lying, because you didn't taste the notes of coffee until the aftertaste.
The coffee in a Black Magic or a Night Ripper is literally just like a tiny flavor thing. Like adding absinthe or Pernod to a drink, where you just go, there's something back there that is like changing the flavor profile of this drink. Coffee does the same thing in a very sparing kind of thing. I'm very excited that you like that, because I love that drink.
Yeah, I would very highly recommend. Absolutely.
So when we got there, though, what time was it?
I believe we arrived to Hidden Harbor at 11:45, and they closed at 12.
Right. And so they stayed open extra long for us.
Yes.
But after we had our drinks, I was like, yeah, I'd like another drink, please. When I perform, I just drink Coors Light, because I know exactly what that does to my guitar playing. I can't drink cocktails. But when I'm done, yeah, come on, bring it on the cocktails. So when we got there, I was like, okay, 2 cocktails, that's great, but I would also like one other cocktail. And they're like, sorry, dude, we all the ingredients are put away. I can pour you some rum, though. So I had some Appleton 12, which was super unnecessary in the grand scheme of things. But the fact that they had Appleton 12, they have all kinds of super top shelf rums. They have just about the whole assortment from Hamilton Rums, which if you live in an area other than Southern California, you know how hard it is to get Hamilton Rums. Okay, so let's talk about the positives about Hidden Harbor.
First and foremost, I would just really like to thank the staff there. They were incredible. Anybody that works in food or beverage service knows that it's difficult when you have a large party come in that close to closing.
Yeah.
And I'm just really appreciative of their customer service and their positive attitudes, and like really making sure we were taken care of that night. So I just really want to give a shout out to them and say thank you for that. I think it was really great, and it made our experience great.
And I don't mean to jump ahead, but the next day we had a tiki brunch. At what was that place called?
Golden Age Beer Company.
Yes. So the Golden Age Beer Company is also owned by Adam, who owns the Hidden Harbor.
That makes sense.
And so the drinks there the next morning were also from the Hidden Harbor.
Yes, they were.
Very good. Some super weird food, but super delicious.
Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah, like spam on like a graham cracker.
It was spam and pickles on a crouton, to be specific, but it was really good.
Yeah, super weird.
Phenomenal.
And so delicious. Okay, so your pros are the staff. What else do you have?
I think just the... I really need another word besides vibe, because I hate that word, even though I'm a millennial. Just the ambiance in the tiki bar, I think was great. We did have the place to ourselves for a little while since we were there after closing. I really got to take a good look, walk around, and see everything. It was just kind of like quiet, secluded, but I really liked everything. The music that was playing was great. But, okay, can we talk about Next Level? Have you seen their menu?
Oh, yeah.
The artwork?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So Adam, the owner of Hidden Harbor, is very particular about the way that the place is perceived as far as artwork. Like, he totally understands branding, creating a vibe.
Yeah.
But also
absolutely.
artistically, also like with tiki mugs, the aesthetic side of the whole thing.
Yeah,
is
I mean,
really good.
they really knocked it out of the park. I picked up that menu and I was shocked that it was a menu. Like, I wanted to take it home because it was beautiful.
It looks like a really nice comic book or something.
Yeah, like the artwork on the cover
Yeah.
was beautiful, and you open it up to see everything, like the food profiles and drinks and stuff. I wanted to take the whole thing home. I didn't, but I wanted to.
She coulda.
I could have.
I've seen her steal all kinds of
Hey.
I haven't really. I would add to your positives, the cocktails are phenomenal. The rum selection is incredible. The garnishing of the cocktails is like some of the best I've ever seen in cocktail land.
Yeah.
And the whole cocktaildom.
Yeah, cocktaildom.
It's like a kingdom.
The cocktaildom.
I don't know if I like that. Like you said, the menu artwork's incredible. They have some really great decor items. Like really great. The f was that? A goose? Was that a goose?
Like a giant ass goose.
They have some really great tiki art pieces, like the giant crazy owl tiki, a mask from him. We did also talk to one of the employees outside and was just so like happy to be working for such an enthusiastic employer. And that in itself said a ton. Now the negatives.
Negatives? I mean, I think the only negative is that we missed the pre-party.
That is a negative.
That
That's
is
not
a
on Hidden
negative.
Harbor.
It's not their fault, but I was like, man.
That is on
like-
American Airlines.
I know. Shame on you, American Airlines.
What about their closing time?
Ah, yes, closing at midnight. You know, coming from California, we're used to bars doing last call at about 1:45, closing at 2. So,
Right.
but I mean, thankfully, they extended their
Their time
hospitality and their time to us. I'm very appreciative of that.
They could certainly stand to keep that place open until like 2 in the morning while it's the high tide winter holiday because we will certainly drink more.
Absolutely. I probably would have. You know, I'm not a big drinker, but once I start with one, I need another and then maybe another.
The snowball gets rolling. The only other thing that I have to complain about with Hidden Harbor is that every time I saw them light a cocktail on fire,
Oh, yeah.
it went out.
Yeah.
And I was like, Adam, you got to watch my episode about tiki cocktails and fire. And I think if he watches that, I think if the staff of Hidden Harbor watches that, they will have the most flaming cocktails. Can I say that? They will have the most flaming cocktails. And
Sorry.
their cocktails will never go out if they follow what we talked about in the episode like a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, absolutely.
But that's like such a minor complaint when the drinks are so incredible,
Yeah.
the decor is great, and like the service is so enthusiastic and welcoming.
Just the whole experience was phenomenal. I really had a great time and I enjoyed every aspect of it. And that's coming from someone that doesn't go to bars all that often.
Did you think you would ever go to a tiki bar in Pittsburgh?
Absolutely not. When I first found out about the trip, I didn't know there was a tiki bar in Pittsburgh because you wouldn't really expect a tiki bar to be in Pittsburgh.
Right.
So I was like, oh, okay. And then I started hearing more details about it and I was like pleasantly surprised. It was a great experience and I would absolutely go back and get more drinks.
Did you have a fun time this last weekend?
I did. I had a great time. You know, we were there for a short amount of time. It was a pretty turnaround trip, but it was so much fun. I don't get to travel too often, and that was a wild ride, so I liked it.
It was a wild ride. Before we go, I want to make sure that you know that we have the Spike's Tiki Weirdo Land DVD back in our merch store,
Yes.
as well as brand new matches that we've released. I think about half of them are sold out. If you're interested in these, go visit the store. So how can people follow you on Instagram?
So if you'd like, you can follow me on Instagram at Miss Haylee May, and that's Haylee Haylee. You can also find me the same handle on TikTok.
And you are also a burlesque performer.
I am.
So keep an eye out for shows that she's going to be burlesquing at.
You know, doing the thing.
Otherwise, please be sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you aren't already. Share this video. It's a good
Good
time.
one, yeah.
It's a good
like you
one.
went to Pittsburgh with us.
I know. You want to come back and do this again?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I want to come back.
All right. Aloha, Haley.
Oh, well, that's spice.